This video is about scientific notation. It is the second in a series of videos that I am making about how to do calculations in chemistry or any other science when it involves very large and very small numbers. When you encounter a very large or a very small number, it might be very hard to comprehend. So to make such a number easier to understand, it's a good idea to convert the numbers into something called scientific notation. Scientific notation is simply a way of changing the look of the number to make it more comprehensible. It uses powers of 10 to move the decimal place from where the original number has it, and then you are given something called a coefficient between 1 and about 9.99999, and that's a lot easier for our minds to grasp a hold of. So as I just said, in scientific notation, a number is written as the product of two numbers. A coefficient, which is between 1 and just under 10, and then this coefficient is being multiplied by 10 raised to a power or exponent that you decide on based on how many places the original number's decimal point has to move. So for example, here's the number 300 million. In scientific notation, we could write this as 3 times 10 to the 8th power. The 3 is our coefficient, and the 8 is our exponent. The 10 to the 8th power means 10 multiplied by itself 8 times. As I noted in an earlier video, some calculators will display your times 10 to the 8th right on the screen, but others will not do that. They will give you something called the E value. So you might see E8, for example. The E means exponent of 10, so whenever you see 3E8, you actually write on your paper 3 times 10 to the 8th. Do not put E values as answers on worksheets or tests. You write it like the right side shows 3 times 10 to the 8th. You do not write the 3E8 on paper. It's simply an artifact of when calculators were first made into the handheld models back in the 1970s. The screen was not large enough to display very many digits, and so this shorthand notation was used to take up less space on the screen, but it turns out to be very handy. And the reason why it's very handy is when your calculator is using this exponent notation, the E value, it treats that entire thing like one number. So it treats 3E8 as 300 million. Whereas if you type in on your screen 3 times 10 to the 8th power, your calculator actually sees that as two numbers being multiplied by each other. And that will change the order of operations in some problems. So learning how to type and read the exponent notation is actually a very useful skill. When you multiply by 10, you essentially are moving the decimal place. So if you have an exponent, that means the number of tens that you're multiplying by. If it's a negative exponent, it's the number of 1/10 that you're multiplying by, or an alternative way of looking at it is what number of tens to divide by. So 1,000 times 10 to the minus 3 is equivalent to 1,000 times 1/10 times 1/10 times 1/10, or divided by 10, divided by 10, divided by 10. The result would be 1. All of these shown on the screen, the result is 1. I'm just trying to demonstrate that we can move the decimal around anytime we want by multiplying by a power of 10, except in the case of 10 to the 0 power. What 10 to the 0 literally means is that you don't multiply or divide by any tens. Your math teacher probably taught you that it means to multiply by 1, but that's not what it really means. It's equivalent to multiplying by 1, and so you can still think of it that way. So the exponent tells you how many places or how many digits the decimal point has moved in order to make a coefficient have a number between 1 and 10 when we want to write it in scientific notation. If you move the decimal to the left, the exponent is positive. So if the original number is 300 million, there is a decimal implied to be at the end of that number. If we want to make it a coefficient between 1 and 10, we need the number 3 as our coefficient. How many times will we have to move the decimal to the left in order to get a 3 instead of 300 million? Well, you have to move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. So 300 million equals 3 times 10 to the 8th power, because the original number, 300 million, is equivalent to 3 with the decimal place moved 8 times. Numbers greater than 10 will always have positive exponents. But as we've seen in earlier examples, you can also have negative exponents. If you have a small number, a decimal number, a fraction less than 1, you have to move the decimal to the right in order to get that coefficient to come out between 1 and just under 10. If you move the decimal to the right, then your exponent will be negative. For example, if I have 0.00007 and I want to write that in scientific notation, I have to move the decimal so that I come up with a coefficient of 7. How many times will I have to move the decimal? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Make sure to get it over on the right side of the 7 so that your coefficient is between 1 and 9.99999. We had to move the decimal 5 times. We had to move it to the right to make our coefficient is actually much bigger than our original number. And so as 7 times 10 to the minus 5 power. 0.00007 and 7 times 10 to the minus 5 are exactly the same number. Now, why would we want to do that? Your brain can look at that 7 and actually think of it in a lot easier way than it can think of 0.00007, which is really small. Now, you can't ignore the fact that it's got an exponent 10 to the minus 5. But if you learn how to use exponents, you can actually do quick comparisons. Remember that 10 to the minus 5 literally means times 1/10 times 1/10 and so on 5 times, which is equivalent to dividing by 10 5 times. They are exactly the same result, so it doesn't matter which way you think about it. So, if your number is a small number, you will have a negative exponent. If your number is a big number, bigger than 10, it will have a positive exponent when you convert it to scientific notation. What if the original number is already between 1 and 10? Then you don't move the decimal at all. If you wanted to write it in scientific notation, you would write times 10 to the 0 power. 4 would be 4 times 10 to the 0 if written in scientific notation. You do not move the decimal, so you do not multiply or divide by any tens. We say no tens, 10 to the 0 power. Here are a few practice problems. Can you convert 400 into scientific notation? We have to move the decimal place twice. 400 is a big number, and so our exponent will be positive. So we say 4 times 10 to the second power. Now you might ask, what happened to the zeros? Well, that's another lesson on significant figures. So if you want to know how to use significant figures, please look the video up on that topic. 0.5, that's a small number. I will have a negative exponent. I only have to move the decimal one time, so in scientific notation, it would be 5 times 10 to the minus 1. 123,500. I have to move the decimal from the last zero there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. This is a large number, so it has a positive exponent of 5. 1.235 times 10 to the 5th power. And the last one is a small number. I'll move the decimal 4 times to the right to make it 6.777 as my coefficient. Since the original number is small, my coefficient will be negative. So I had to move the decimal 4 times. I write negative 4. 6.777 times 10 to the minus 4 is the exact same number as 0.000677. Let's do the opposite direction. If you are given 8 times 10 to the 8th power, that means 8 times 10 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 times 10, which is 800 million. 5 times 10 to the minus 3 means divide by 10 3 times or multiply by 1/10 3 times. That would be 0.005. 3.01 times 10 to the 4th. 10 to the 4th is 10,000, so this is 30,100. 7.2 times 10 to the minus 6th. That's a small number, so I'm going to move the decimal place to the left and make this a small decimal number. It will be 0.00000, 5 zeros, 72, not 6 zeros. Don't get confused by the exponent and the number of zeros. That's not how it works when you're going negative, because you have to go from the right to the left of the original coefficient. And it takes up one of the spaces.